What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phones and Drones. So, for those of you that follow the channel, you know we are a huge fan of the OG Galaxy Fold and the second generation Z Fold 2. Well, how does it stack up to Samsung's latest and greatest and first flagship of the year, the S21 Ultra? As you can see, they have quite a similarity to them with that matte color tone. Obviously, this is that goldish color from last year that was so popular, and this is actually that new phantom silver from this year. The camera modules obviously have changed. Obviously, as the years go on, the refreshes are done. This was reminiscent of the S20 series, and now that basically built-in design and housing is the newest sensation with this camera module fading into the side of the display. I actually like this look a lot better. I would not be surprised one bit if this is how the new Fold's camera design will be. Having said all that, flipping it over to the front, this is when everything starts to get a little different, obviously. Right off the bat, you obviously do have your in-screen fingerprint sensor with the new S21 Ultra, and it works phenomenally well. No internal built-in screen fingerprint reader here in the screen. It's in the power button on the Fold 2. And once you get them unlocked, you can see kind of a similar aspect ratio. It's a tall display on this Fold. Anything looks better than what it looked like in the prior generations model with that tiny cutout display, but this cover screen is 6.2 inches on the Galaxy Fold 2, and the Ultra has a 6.8 inch display. Now, the difference beyond that, obviously, are 120 Hz panel on the Ultra. You don't have a high refresh rate at all, so you're riding with 60 Hz on the cover display of the Fold 2. The interior display does have a 120 Hz refresh rate, but keep in mind, not on the top screen. And this is going to be the one you're going to find yourself using more than you would imagine. So, from just day-to-day usage, if you're not using that tablet mode, the Ultra is going to feel a lot snappier than what the Fold would do. But the moment you want to use it for what you get the Fold for and have it so you can open up that display, and let me give it a quick wipe down. It does collect a lot of dust in your pocket, keep that in mind. This is where you get the Fold for this reason. 7.6 inch display once open, as opposed to that 6.8 inch display. You do have that 120 Hz refresh rate, like we were saying. Huge benefit. This is UTG, which is ultra thin glass, but you are not getting as good of a protection on this as you're getting with that new Gorilla Glass, I think it's Victus, on the new Ultra. So quality and durability is going to be a huge differentiating factor between these as well. No water resistance for obvious reasons. You do have water resistance on the Ultra. You're running with the Snapdragon 865 on the Fold, as opposed to the new 888, the Snapdragon 888 on the S21 Ultra. You have a comparable GPU. You have that Adreno 650 on the Fold and a 660 on the Ultra. You're also going to be running Android 11 probably at this point on both of these devices. They just actually did the full rollout to the unlocked models here in the US. I have actually not gotten it yet, surprisingly, but it should be coming any moment as well. Beyond that, one interesting fact that I had no idea on, the Ultra, shockingly enough, has a larger battery than the Fold 2. The Fold 2 has a 4,500 milliamp hour battery, and the Ultra actually is being powered by a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. You'd figure bigger device, bigger screen, pushing out more pixels, you need more power. Not the case in this scenario. This has the smaller battery, so I'm really curious to put the Ultra through our battery tests and its paces to see how it does hold up. Okay, this has been a battery champ for me. I've had no issues with this 4,500 milliamp hour battery. If this gets anything close to what this does in terms of battery life, I will be ecstatic. Obviously, we haven't had it long enough to put it through those paces. We've only had it for, about 4 or 5 days at this point or so stay tuned for that. You are getting Quick Charge 2.0 on both of these devices. You have fast charge, reversible charging, power share, it's all here. Those are all going to be comparable. You are going to also start to see some differences with the camera setups as well. And right off the bat, kind of like we were talking about at the beginning of this video, not only does it look different, but it is a different camera system altogether. You have that triple camera setup on the Fold 2 and that quad setup on the Ultra. You're going to be getting a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. You're going to have a 10 megapixel periscope. You're going to have a 40 megapixel primary camera on here. And from what I've seen so far, this camera is no joke. It actually definitely can stand up with the big boys. I've had no issues with the Fold 2 camera system either. And you're getting your main camera on here as a 12 megapixel ultra wide. You're going to get, you're just, in layman's terms, guys, they both take good pictures. You're not going to have any issues with them, but just keep in mind that camera system is going to be a little different, especially with those dual periscope lenses in that Ultra. Zoom's going to be phenomenal. Ultra wide's going to be comparable on both these. Primary shots are going to be great as well, but just keep in mind, totally different camera systems. Obviously, you're also going to have that that internal camera. So you have your cover camera, that's 10 megapixels, and you also are going to have an additional one here with another 10 megapixel sensor. Obviously, you can tell just looking at them, when you fold a phone in half, it's going to be quite substantially larger. It's basically probably two of these. This does stand up by itself, but just keep that in mind. Heft-wise, they actually feel comparable. A little heavier, obviously, but the Ultra is it's a big boy for sure. So if you're looking for something to go a little lighter on your pockets, this probably is not going to be the best phone to choose from. That's really a quick run through of all of the stats. Obviously, you're not getting any headphone jacks now. They both are 5G capable. You're getting Bluetooth 5.0 on the Fold, and then on the S21 Ultra, you are going to get 5.1. Personally, like I said, this has been my go-to device since it's been out. My SIM card for my primary line has been in this phone. I am going to go ahead and pop that into the S21 Ultra now to give it a try. I'm very curious to see how it's going to hold up. I'm definitely excited. I love what Samsung's done here with the Ultra. It's been universally praised at this point too. I can't wait to see what features are going to take from the S21 Ultra and put on the new Fold 3 when it comes out in another 6 months or so, probably in the June-July timeframe. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. There's also that other elephant of the room of this device being $2,000. It's a pretty penny. But Samsung has been very generous with trade-in values, so you can get about $1,000 off of this device, but also same goes for the $1,200 Ultra here. There's been a lot of incentives for this as well, and you can probably get this out the door for right around $400, $500 or such. Keep in mind too, one thing I almost left out, not capable of using the S Pen, but this is the first non-Note device to support that S Pen functionality. It's not the exact same as what you would get from the Note series, but it's a step in the right direction. It's better than nothing. So if you are somebody that uses that S Pen regularly, this would be your go-to choice as well. But let me know what you think in the comments down below, guys. This video ran a little longer than what I was planning for, but I wanted to make sure you guys understood the specs and the differences between the two. Thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up this video. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.